Hey, JD here with ETV Live, and let me tell you something. If it's too big for the pickup truck and you need to move it, there's only one trucking company you need to call, and don't bother with the Yellow Pages, cowboy. I'll give you that number in a minute. Manufactured goods, automotive, technical equipment, furniture, even if you need a reefer, Gary Mercer Trucking Incorporated is the only choice, cowboy. With locations in Mississauga, Ontario, Canada, Rancho Cucamonga, California, if you need to move it, store it, and keep it cold, you need to call Gary Mercer Trucking Incorporated. Long haul, short haul, or just across town, Gary Mercer has the best trained and qualified drivers to get your load from point A to point B with professionalism and on time. So remember, Hoss, if it don't fit in a pickup truck, you're going to need a real truck, cowboy. Sponsors of ETV Live's Friday Night Showdown, Gary Mercer Trucking Incorporated, 1-800-668-2980.
Welcome to the Friday Night Showdown. We're here live week 12 at Milwaukee. Hopefully we'll see a good race tonight. Kyle, tell us about the track that we're racing at tonight.
Well, for these guys, Milwaukee's going to be a little bit of a wild card. We haven't been to Milwaukee in a long time. We're going to see great side-by-side action racing. You're going to have to be careful around these corners. You're going to see people trying to throw it in there, diving underneath people. And if you can get the run, then you're going to get that... You're going to get the pass done, but you're going to see a lot of bumping going into these corners because it is treacherous around here. And we're going to throw it over to Adam Gillen with the point standings.
Yeah, we're heading into the final week here at Milwaukee. Right now, Ryan loses out front on the top of the board by 12 points over second place Brandon Jarrell. Tyler D. Hudson's in third place with Anthony Kernick right behind him in fourth, and Wayne Seavey in fifth.
Looking at the sixth place, David Cater. 7th place, Billy Weeks. 8th place, Kyle McCormick. Armando Vargas in 9th, and Fernando Bento 10th. Now we're third down to Kyle Pedley's Coupler. 2nd place in points, Brandon Jarrell.
I'm down here with Brendan Jarrell right now. You've had a really solid season going on so far. You're set in second in points. Tell us about the season so far. And unfortunately, I'm not sure. Maybe Jarrell's still back in his motorhome, hasn't caught up with us, so we're actually going to throw it over to Adam, who's caught up with Luza, and see if he's there.
Yes, we've caught up with Ryan Luza. He's your points leader right now by 12 points over second place Brandon Jarrell. What are you looking to do tonight, Ryan Luza? Obviously close it out, but what are your goals in tonight's race? Top 5, top 10, what are you shooting for?
And a solid top 5 would be nice. I'm going to try to get a lap lit early. Hopefully got the pole clinched here. Extra point would be helpful just in case anything happens. Just want to run up front, keep my nose clean, and just try to be there for the end.
You've been fast all season, man. You've been winning a lot of races. What's it going to take to close the deal tonight? Not only get the win, but win the championship.
I think track position is going to be very important here. It's going to be, I'd say, not too hard to pass, but it's just you get battling someone side by side, and it's going to be, they can probably fight on the outside with you, and people will probably check out, probably get some distance on each other at this track.
We haven't been to Milwaukee in quite a few seasons. Is this track anything like any other tracks on the iRacing service as far as setup-wise?
It's probably similar to, say, New Hampshire, flat track, maybe Phoenix a little bit, but it's definitely unique. It took quite a few adjustments to get it dialed in, and I think we got a good car tonight.
Well, we'll definitely look for you up front tonight. Talk about who makes it happen for Ryan Luza.
All the guys at Nexus Esports work hard to build the setups every week, and just a overall team effort for everybody. Kyle
Petto, I believe, is caught up with Brandon Jarrell.
And I'm here with Brandon Jarrell. He's moisted himself out of the parking lot. And so far, you had a solid season. You're sitting in second right now. Tell us about how your season's going right now.
Well, so far the season's been great. Goal of the whole season has just been able to stay consistently and finish in the top 10, trying to stay out of anybody else's wrecks. I mean, that's pretty much been my goal my whole season. It's kind of tough having your teammate Ryan Luza run up there with you, and just seems like you're just dominating the races. I'm just trying to follow in his footsteps and stay out of trouble.
Yeah, it's got to be a little tough knowing that your teammate's running so well at week in and week out, but tell us who makes it happen for you.
Oh, definitely. Ryan Lewis is a new person on the team, so he's definitely brought a lot of speed, a lot of positivity over to the team, over to Nexus. But when it comes all down to it, definitely got to thank Zach Hudson for bringing me on board, bringing Ryan on board. A lot of new drivers we're going to definitely have running for B next season and for A going for Pro. So look out for it definitely for next season.
And I can't wait to run for you with you guys going for Pro with us over at Virtual Performance Racing. I hope you have a good race tonight, and we're going to throw it over to the Cactus Cuties for the national anthem tonight.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome back. We're just getting loaded up in the server right now, but we're going to make our picks for the night. I'm going to start off. Tonight I'm going to take Ryan Luza. He's on the pole. He's the point leader. He's determined to win this thing, so he's my pick tonight.
My pick for tonight is going to be the number 1 of Tyler D. Hudson. Last time that we saw these two race together, Luza and Hudson was dominating most of the race, but unfortunately with Charlotte, with last lap cautions there, he unfortunately finished 9th, which is not where he was running all night long.
For my pick tonight, I'm going with the number 82 machine in the NASCAR Racing.com Series World Championship. Alex Warren goes to victory lane tonight. He's been strong all week, and hopefully he'll be able to get the job done tonight and give me some points.
I'm going to be picking the number 13 of E.J. O'Rourke. Been strong all season. Been running pretty good. 21st coming in here in the points to this race, and we'll see how he does.
Alright, that's Dalton England. He'll be joining us on pit road here tonight. Welcome here, Dalton.
Thank you, thank you.
Well, we're going to go through our starting lineup a little bit early tonight, because we got to bring in our supporter, hopefully. But we're going to start off tonight. Ryan Lewis on the pole, Tyler Hudson alongside him in second.
Starting in the third position is going to be the number 12, Alex Warren, and in fourth is going to be Armando Vargas.
Starting sorry, Adam.
Tyler Laughlin starts in 5th, with Wes Weedman to his outside, row number 3, into 6th place.
Now I'll go. PJ Sturgis in 7th, Dylan Duval in P6.
Rolling off 9th, it's going to be EJ O'Rourke, and starting in 10th in the Wheelman Inc. car is going to be David Cater.
Anthony Kernick is in 11th place with Matt Witten to his outside in row number 6.
Ian Hahn and Brandon Atkinson make up row number 7.
And number 15th, it's going to be Brandon Jarrell, and 16th is going to be Alan J. Elwood.
Austin Benson and Greg McKinney round out the next row.
Tony Monge, Brandon Kohler, row 10.
Alex Greiber and Dan Dieneyer.
Byron Daly and Phil Juring round out your next row.
Kyle McCormick and Charlie Foster, row 13.
And in 27th is going to be Matthew Spangler. 28th is going to be Casey Tucker. And rounding out the field in 29th is going to be Trenton Moriarty.
We're going to send it down trackside for the invocation. We've caught up with Alex Warren on the grid right here. Alex, talk about how the race is going to go tonight. Is it going to be a single file fest? Going to be multi-groove race? And what's it going to be like tonight?
It's probably going to be a single file line. You got to stay on the bottom if you want to be successful. If you're in the second group, you're going to be freight trained. I expect this race to go green the whole way, or the majority of the way. But I wouldn't be shocked either if we had a caution fest.
Talk about the setup this week. Saw you've been practicing a little bit this week. Talk about how many adjustments you've had to make to get it fine-tuned in for tonight's race.
Well, I had to make some adjustments, tire pressures and camber and all that mess, but I found something quick and I just got adjusted to the track, and the setup feels really good to me, but I tried sharing it with my teammates and they don't like it, but we'll see how it goes. The setup feels really good to me. We'll see how it compares to Hudson and Lose Up here, because I know they're pretty fast every week.
And lastly, right here before we go green, talk about the upcoming season and the Drivers' World Championship.
Oh, it's going to be a blast. I think this year will be the one to see if you haven't seen any DWC series. It's going to be the most exciting, the most competitive, and I think you'll be shocked on what happens during the season.
All right, thank you, Alex Warren. Good luck tonight, buddy. I'm going to send it over to Steven Enzi with the green flag.
As in Adam, thank you for trying. We're coming out of turn 4 right now. We had a good field tonight, 29 cars. Bigger than I expected, with the snowstorms down south. Didn't expect a lot of teams to be able to make the trip up here to Milwaukee tonight. But pace car is going to pull out of turn 4. Here we go. Ryan Luza is going to lead us off. He's going already. Green flag out for Ryan Luza. We're green for the season finale.
As they're going down the front straightaway, getting ready to go into 1, Luza's going to lead Tyler D. Hudson in there, followed by Alex Warren. As you're going to see, Armando Vargas is going to be trapped on the outside here. You're going to have to be careful here at Milwaukee that you're going to try to get down to that inside line, because if you get thrown up on top, you're going backwards in a hurry, because bottom line is the preferred line here.
Armando Vargas dives it in deep down into corner number 3 under the 26 machine as the 26 goes way wide. 3 wide off corner number 4. That's iffy. They made it somehow. Up there they go. Contact. We got a caution. No caution
yet.
Wreck.
Oh, there's big wreck.
You gotta be careful here. 3 wide doesn't always work, and unfortunately, we just saw what happened there. They're still wrecking around here. Tony Monge in the 27 car. He's got a lot of rear end damage. You gotta be careful. Like I said, coming off these corners, all of a sudden start making it 3 wide so early. We're only 2 laps in here of 120 laps. You guys gotta give each other room.
Yeah, that was a big incident, especially for it being on lap number 1. It just looks like PJ Sturgis got a little bit high coming out of corner number 4 and slid into the number 26 machine of Tyler Laughlin, causing some junk on the front stretch.
Yeah, big wreck there, and lots of junk cars early on. Lap 1, unfortunate to see that. You want to see a lot of guys finish this race, a lot of green flag laps. Alex was talking about that, and unfortunately we're not going to see many of that so far. But we're going to see if we can get a hold of Matt Witten. He made an awesome wreck avoidance there, the 11 car. Hopefully John can show that for us, but still going back to see what happened. Wes Sweden involved, and that collected a lot of cars after the fact.
I believe we've caught up with the number 11 machine of Matt Witten. We're trying to catch up with him. So we can't get a hold of their radio right now. They're under green, or they're under caution right here, but we'll try and catch up with them as soon as possible. Believe it or not, we've actually just now caught up with Matt Whitten. Matt Whitten, talk about the last incident there on the front stretch, getting through that cleanly. I believe Matt Whitten's having some radio difficulties. Matt Whitten, you got us?
You got me now? Yeah, there's you gotta watch cars behind you, so you can't slow down too much. You can't go too fast, but I seen PJ was chasing it there for a while. The holes just opened up pretty much, and I just went for him.
Yeah, that's definitely some nice wreck avoidance you got out of there with the clean car. It got about 4 or 5 cars, so that's 4 or 5 positions that you're going to make up right there over the long run. Talk about some pit strategy that you're going to maybe have to use to get up front here later in this race.
Yeah, I'm probably going to have to try something to get up towards the front to get out of this little storm back here. I think the setup's pretty good. I just woke up from a nap, so we'll let that wear off and give me a little bit, and we'll try to calm down and get up towards the front.
Well, that's good. That's good to know that you just woke up from a nap. Good luck in this race, man, and who makes it happen for you?
Virtual Performance Racing, Adam Gillen.
That's Matt Whitten. I'm going to send it down to Steven.
Yeah, we have a lot of wrecked cars there. We're going to throw it down to Dalton on pit road. Dalton, who'd you see come down in and get some damage fixed?
The number 26, Tyler Laughlin, he came down, had not much, but just a little right front damage. They came down, took 4 tires, got a full tank of fuel, and a little wedge adjustment in the back end, got that right front fixed, and they're back on the track.
Alright, thank you, Dalton.
As Luz is going to bring him down here, as we see the pace car pull off. As there goes the pace car, and Luza gets an immediate jump, and he's going to pull out in front of Tyler Hudson as they go down the front straightaway line.
Tyler D. Hudson falls in suit right behind him as they head down into corner number 1. He gets right up on the number 3 machine of Ryan Luza right there, looking to get him a little bit loose. Here comes Tyler D. with a little bit of run. He gets into the wall just barely as they head down into corner number 3.
Luza and Hudson looks like the cars to beat so far, but it's only lap 6, so we don't really know who's fast cars yet, but those guys definitely look strong. Brandon Gerald making a move for that 6th position. He's hungry. You know, he wants to win this point championship, but he's going to need Luza to struggle a little bit being 12 points back. He's making a move, though. He's up to position number 6.
And Brandon Gerald's been making that car work. He has the last lap, he got underneath the number 9 car of David Cater. Like you said, Gerald's got to hope that Luza's going to have a mistake, but as we've seen over these last 2 weeks, Luza hasn't been making mistakes. He's been Mr. Perfect here, winning the last 2 races. So it's going to take something incredible for Gerald to win it, but we're going to see stranger things have happened.
Yes, and anything can happen here at this short track in Milwaukee, but right now I've got my eyes on the Gale Force Racing machine at number 6 of Dylan Duval. He's trying to chase down Armando Vargas on lap number 8 here. Haven't seen him much this week practicing, but anytime he races, he's always strong.
Yeah, Dylan definitely one to contend with. You know, he's out there looking for the great finishes after just missing the World Championship Series. But we're going to look up front right now. These 2 guys still to nose to tail right now. Got to point out, this is a 120 lap race, so this is a long race, and we still have over 100 laps to go. As Hudson looks underneath Luza, Luza's going to give him plenty of room here. He wants to avoid getting wrecked, and Hudson's going to take over the lead.
As they go down the back straightaway, Hudson's going to pull in front of Luza, as Alex Warren's going to get the run underneath Luza here, and Luza's just going to let Warren go. Hudson has been having really good runs off the corner, and Luza's been a little bit tight getting off the corner, but we'll see if Luza's car can free up over the long run and see if he can try to claw his way back up to first.
Alex Warren looks very strong here in the early going. He's actually faster than both leaders right there, faster than Tyler D. and Ryan Luza right there. I'm looking at Alex Warren, my pick for tonight's race, to get up there and contend with Tyler D. for this win.
Yeah, Warren looks to have a strong car so far. He's sitting in position number 2. He's definitely on the move, it looks like, as he's going to pull up the Hudson's back bumper. Looking behind them, the front 3 are closed up. Dylan really sideways off turn 4 there. He's in 5th. Armando 4th. Gerald catching Duval, though, for that 5th position. That might be a battle that's going to heat up soon.
As we're seeing them go through 1 and 2 right now, Duval's been getting a little bit loose coming off the corners, so As he gets a little bit loose there again, Brendan Gerald's been closing the gap on here, as we're going to see Gerald get all the way up into the back bumper of Duval as they go through 3 and 4 here.
Gerald looking to take that number 5 position away from Dylan Duval and gain some precious points on Ryan Luza, even though he's running the 3rd position right now. As he looks under Dylan Duval, headed down into corner number 1, we'll see if he can get the forward bite up off and make the pass right here.
Duval gives him plenty of room. Gerald down around in the apron. He's going to make the move. Duval gives him plenty of room, and he knows that's a point battle right there. He knows he should do the right thing and let him go, and he does so.
As Duval's going to fall back into the 6th position. Another car that's starting to work his way through traffic right now is the number 9 machine of David Cater. We've seen that he had some unfortunate luck last week at Michigan. You know, 3 cars converged on the same spot in the on the front stretch there, and it caused pretty big junk last week. So we're going to see if Cater can turn his misfortunes around for this week.
Yeah, definitely. Cater's always strong in anything he runs, especially in this Class B series. He had some misfortunes last week. Just got caught in the wrong situation. But anytime he runs in this series, he's always one to contend with, as he looks to have a strong car tonight. Be interesting to see if he can claw his way to the field and get up here and contend for it.
Yeah, Adam, you're talking about guys that are really competitive every time they run. Take a look at the 2 car, Byron Daly. He started back in the 23rd position. We're 14 laps into this race, and he's already made his way to the top 10. Look for him to move up to the front and possibly challenge for this win by the end of this thing.
Well, it goes to show, when you got that black stripe on the back bumper there, sometimes you can make the moves that these other guys don't want to make. But when you're a pro in DWC, Giller, you should know also from just making DWC, congrats on that. Sometimes you got to put your car in positions that you don't want to put them in.
Yeah, and definitely Byron Daly, he's definitely not afraid to make those moves and put them in positions, and that's ultimately why he wins a lot of these races. So we'll just have to see if he can make his way up even further in the field. He's already advanced from 23rd position right now fairly quickly. On lap 15, he's already gained 13 spots. It'll be interesting to see if he can claw his way up towards the front and get a little bit more positions.
Yeah, Byron looks very good so far tonight. Another guy that we've been focusing on, a couple guys that make a lot of moves so far. Alan Elwood started 16th. He's in the 12th position. Matt Whitney started 12th, but he's hanging with Byron right now. He's looking to make a move. He's a fast car. I believe he's on the same setup as Alex Warren is, so look for him later on in the race. These guys running 10th through 12th all look really fast right now.
And right now, the closest battle that we got going on the track, nothing's really changed up front, is Tyler D. Hudson's still first, and he's pulling away from Alex Warren little by little, and loses in 3rd. But I'm still focusing here on this battle between Alan Jay Elwood here and Matt Whitten and Byron Daly. Elwood's been really coming lately. He's been running some really fast times. He was probably about a half a second or a second behind these guys about 3 or 4 laps ago, as we see Whitten get a little bit loose getting into the corner here. You got to be careful that you don't burn that right rear up, because it's going to be essential when you come off these corners.
Yeah, and Alan Elwood, one of the premier painters here on Iracing.com. He's also a very good talent when he races, so he's looking to capitalize on Matt Whitten. Maybe he'll make a mistake. Lots of mistakes can be made here at Milwaukee, so we'll see if he can get around Matt Whitten and possibly get around Byron Daly.
Another thing to point out, Alan carrying the Nexus Esports logo on the back of his car, so you know he has to have a really fast setup tonight.
Yeah, that's definitely for sure. And also, you're talking about Elwood's a very good painter. He is actually sponsoring a car in the DWC of Cody Bias and the number 27 machine, who finished 5th last night, and also he also sponsors Derek Crone in the 07.
Yeah, without a doubt, those two sponsored by Alan Elwood. He's got 2 cars in DWC, like you mentioned. They're always up there contending for top 10s each and every week. So with the season starting here in 2 weeks, so we'll see how they do. But back to the race right here. I'm actually looking at the battle right back here for the 16th or the 16th, 17th, 18th spots between E.J. O'Rourke, Trenton Morarity, and Kyle McCormick.
Looking at EJ, he started up in the 9th position. He's just got nothing but back. He's down to 18th already, so EJ not liking the setup so far. It looks like just not handling right for him. They don't see any of his teammates in this race, I believe. Ian Hahn's in here, but that's it. So EJ's definitely struggling early on.
I think that's got to be a record for EJ. That's 2 weeks in a row that he's getting at least a little bit of coverage, but it's not because he's leading a lap. But another person that's been coming forward is, like you said, Trenton Morarity. He started all the way back in the 29th position. He's already worked his way up to 17th. So he's definitely coming in a hurry as he works over the back bumper of the 16 machine.
Yeah, as he gets loose out of corner number 4 right there, You don't really see him race too many B races. He usually races a lot of late models. He's always a front runner in those. But anything he usually races, he's pretty fast. You just don't really see him racing much outside the late models or the A class. But good to see him here tonight. Good to see him contending for top 15 finishes. We'll see if he can progress his way through the field and get some more spots.
Yeah, he's been running really well so far, gained a bunch of spots already. Now we're going to reset the lineup here. We've had some changes in the top 10. Tyler Hudson's still your leader. He's up by about a second. And Ryan Luzing, your second place runner. He made the pass on Alex Warren a couple laps ago. Armando Vargas still running in fourth, looking to track down Warren a little bit now. And Brian Gerald content behind him in fifth. Look, he's been catching Vargas pretty quickly, and he's there now. Looking to make a move soon. Sixth place right now, David Cater, and seventh, Ian Hahn. So both these guys have made the move around Dylan Duvall, who's back to eighth place. Brandon Atkinson having a stellar run so far, up in ninth, and Byron Daly, you talked about a little bit earlier, still in the 10th position.
Yeah, these guys have been having some good nights lately, but as we see that Brendan Gerald and Armando Vargas are running nose to tail right now, you got to be careful when you get into these corners here, because if you throw it in there too deep, all of a sudden you run over the guy in front of you and it ruins his night or ruins your night, so you got to definitely be careful with that, and also you're going to need about some grip off.
Yeah, Milwaukee's prone to not have very much grip off, but yeah, but the cars here tonight, they're battling a loose condition. As you can see, most of these cars, they look ill handling. It's not necessarily because of how they set the car up this week. It's just how Milwaukee is. You got literally no grip coming out of these corners with the rumble strip right there in the middle of the corner. You try to use that to turn it, but sometimes it actually makes the right rear step out on you. But I'm actually watching this green flag run we're having right now. You don't normally see these at short tracks. We did see one, however, in the Pro Series at Richmond a few weeks back. But right now, I believe we've gone about 20 laps green flag racing, and that's pretty impressive that these guys are able to put on this kind of performance so far.
Yeah, Brandon Gerald second in points. He's looking to make valuable points. He has a run on Alex Warren. Going to look low. Warren's going to shut the door on him as they head down to 3 and 4. Gerald looks like he might have blinked out there, but he's back. He's going to have a run on Warren coming out there. Looks like Gerald has a lot more grip coming out of the turns than some of these cars do tonight.
As they go off into 1 and 2 right now, Brendan Gerald has been backing up his corners, and Alex Warren's unfortunately been throwing it in, as you see Warren float up a little bit. So he's definitely battling a little bit of a tight condition, as Gerald's going to get the run down the back straightaway and hopefully try to see if he can make something happen with Warren.
Yeah, Brandon Gerald definitely looks like he's having a long run setup, as Ryan Luz is. He recently completed the pass on Alex Warren. He gets right up on that number 12 machine of Alex Warren as they head down the front stretch, down in the corner number 1. It'll be interesting to see if he can get the bite he needs up off and get around this number 12 machine.
Yeah, Warren's holding him up a little bit right now. Gerald's running out of 2 right here. He's going to get under him finally. See if Warren tries to throw it in and may stay in front of the 7 right now or not. He's going to try to. Gerald's there. He's going to have to give him room this time. Looks like Brandon Gerald's going to take over to 3rd position. You mentioned before how Luza got around the 12 a while ago. He said nothing but lost time even when he's in clean air now. Tyler Hussing consistently the fastest car on track just every lap. That's only by a 10th over Ryan Luza, which is not something we usually see.
Yeah, Hudson's had a really fast car week in and week out, as we see the 4 of Wes Wyman coming off pit road there. Hudson has always been able to set up these cars no matter what he runs. If it's in DWC, A Series, B, or C, he's always managed to make these things fast. As we saw that last lap, Hudson ran a 7.79 to lose his 8.70, so that's almost losing a 10th a lap, which is huge here. So obviously Hudson's figured out something that he can get that car to drive off.
Yeah, that car definitely looks like one of the best cars I've seen in Milwaukee in quite some time. It's obviously been quite some time since we were here. I don't think we've done any races here on ETV here, but definitely the car looks like it's handling really good for him right now. It'll be interesting to see how long he can go in this run, stretch it out on fuel, maybe 60, 70 laps on a tank, but right now it looks like he's got the field at bay.
Yeah, definitely so. He's had a really fast car. Look at his lap time this time at 8.67, losing 88. Brandon Gerald 94. So Hudson's been that's about 2/100ths of a gap on Luza. He's been beating him by almost a 10th per lap so far.
As we're going to go back to the battle for 4th right now, as you're going to see Armando Vargas is all over the back bumper of Alex Warren. Obviously, Warren might have a short setup underneath there tonight. He's obviously burnt up his tires, as I've seen Armando Vargas is going to get a big run off 3 and 4C if he can get that pass done. But looks like we're going to see how Warren's night's going to go.
Yeah, definitely. Looks like he doesn't have the ideal long run setup like Tyler D has right now. But I'm gonna jump back one car and talk about Armando Vargas. He always runs up front in these B races, as do a couple others in here. But he's looking as he gets really loose down into corner number 1. What a save! But see if he can regather right here and see if he can chase down Alex Warren again.
Yeah, great save by Armando. He's on Nexus, and he's had a really fast car. We're seeing Luza and Gerald make the pass on Warren. Armando's next in line. A little slip up there is going to cost him some time, but this stage of the race, long green flag ground, still have a pit stop to go, and LSU's is biding his time right now.
Unfortunately, with that mistake that happened to Armando, they're getting loose into 3 there as we see him go into 3 again. Car looks a lot more healthier going through there. He went and fell back into the clutches of David Cater, and David Cater's the type of guy that if he's on your back bumper, he's not moving. He's gonna get you loose. He's gonna bump you. He's gonna try to get you out of your way.
Yeah, David Cater. He's definitely he's a clean driver. Don't get me wrong, but he's not afraid to stick it in there. As he gets really loose out of corner number 2 there, just like Armando did a few laps ago. But back to Cater, he's not afraid to make moves. He won't wreck you, but he'll give you the bumper if he needs to. But look for Cater if you're holding him up. Look to get moved out of the way.
Yeah, it seems like everyone we talk about so far has gotten loose off the next turn. But looking at spec chat right now, I'm going to focus back on the battle for 10th position right now. Alan Elwood's been all over the back of Byron Daly for more than a couple laps now, and it looks like he's really itching to make a move.
Yeah, we've noticed that Elwood's been coming. He's been faster than Daly. Unfortunately, Daly's been holding up Elwood. You see that when Daly gets into the corners, you see him have a little bit of wiggle getting into 1 and 2 as he gets down, or 3 and 4, sorry, as he gets down on the rumble strip. That's going to get him loose, and Elwood's going to pull up to this back bumper. As Elwood's trying to actually get into the back bumper here, as we're going to see him come down the front straightaway. Let's see if Elwood can maybe dive it in. I know it's still early in the race, but at this point, if you're getting held up and we're getting a long green flag run like we so far are having, you gotta go.
Yeah, you don't really see aerodynamics play really much at short tracks, but here in New Hampshire, actually, aerodynamics do come into factor. So the clean here, yeah, this is a short track just like New Hampshire, and aerodynamics do actually come into factor here at Milwaukee and at New Hampshire. So once Alan Elwood gets out in front of Byron Daly, it'll be interesting to see if he can get that front end turning with that clean, fresh, that breath of that fresh, clean air right there.
Alan inching closer and closer to Daly's bumper right now. These guys are definitely racing really hard. This is a great battle to watch right now. Pretty much the only battle on track right now.
Yeah, as you still see, as Elwood's all over the back bumper of Daly. As Daly gets in the wall here, let's see if Elwood's going to get the run on him. As they go back into 1 and 2 there, now you're going to see that the right side is all banged up on Byron Daly as he gets a little bit into the corner too hot. Elwood's going to look low, and he's going to get underneath Daly as they go down the back straightaway.
Yeah, heading down into corner number 3 right here. Byron Daly gives it up right there. That's good racing etiquette right there, letting the faster car go. Like we referred to a couple laps ago, will be interesting to see now that Alan Elwood has that clean air. We'll see if he can hold off Byron Daly and possibly pull a gap as they head down into corner number 1.
Yeah, Byron held him off for a really long time. Not sure if Alan wasted anything trying to get around him, but he was definitely held back there for almost 25 laps now.
Yeah, it's just like you get held up by a slower car. Say you're going down the highway, you're doing about 80 miles an hour, and everybody else is doing 80 miles an hour, but you get that one car pulls out to pass at 60 miles an hour. Well, then all of a sudden you start losing people. So that's kind of what it's like here in racing. You get held up by a slower car. You wanna get by him. But he's not moving for you, and you have to pass him somehow. But when you get past him, all of a sudden you're flying up trying to get up to the next car.
The top 10 has not changed as of right now. Tyler D still has a 2.01 second lead over Ryan Luza. Still a full 10th over Ryan Luza per lap. We're going to actually jump back to the number 14 position with Trenton Moriarty. He's looking to get around Greg McKinney. He looks to be faster each lap, but Greg McKinney's having to deal with Byron Daly and Phil Jering right in front of him.
Yeah, this is a great battle you pointed out here. We got Daly and Jering in 11th and 12th right now. Daly's kind of, it's almost like you're watching a race at Martinsville, and you see a slower car up front, and you get the slower car out front and it's nowhere you can pass because it's hard to get under somebody because you can't get the drive off, and that's really what's happening right now with everyone behind Byron Daly. They just can't seem to get a good enough drive off to get under him, and they're being held up as you see 3 cars behind them, Jering, McKinney, and Moriarty all there with nowhere to go.
Well, obviously the guys over with Byron Daly, they don't have a long run set up. I guess a lot of people coming into Milwaukee thought, man, of being almost like a New Hampshire style track and being a short track here that we're going to get a lot of caution, so you're going to set it up for the long run. Guys like Hudson and Luza and them got the cars set up for the long run. Obviously are getting away with the money right now, as you're going to see Jering try to look underneath Daly, but he got a little bit loose, so he's not going to be able to make the pass.
Yeah, just like you were talking about, doesn't look like too many people set up their cars for the long haul, except for the few up front. But Phil Jering, he's I'm going to look back to see. He started actually deep in the field in the 24th position. So over this green flag run, he looks to have made half of the spots where he started. So not a bad run for Phil Jering. Maybe if he gets some cautions, he might be able to crack his way into the top 10.
Yeah, we're going to go even further behind these guys. You look at guys starting from Anthony Kernick in the 20th position, E.J. O'Rourke in 21st, Alex Jering 22nd. Guys we're used to seeing up front. These guys are 2/3 of a lap down already, so these guys are about 10 seconds away from getting a lap, which is pretty scary considering we're only 35 laps into this run. That just shows how well these guys up front set up their car for the long run compared to the guys running in the back.
Yeah, it's definitely a scary feeling. Say you have that F3 up and all of a sudden you look down on it and all of a sudden you start seeing the leaders come onto your bumper. But I definitely have to say, even here at Milwaukee, it is a 1.mile track, but it's not like tracks like Richmond and Bristol, where if you're all the way all of a sudden back in 21st, the leader's all of a sudden on your back bumper with 30 laps in. Yeah,
without a doubt, you can get lapped here in a hurry if you're not careful. If you're a little bit off on the setup and you get a long green flag run, which you normally don't see here, but if we do see a long run, it usually catches a lot of people off guard. Just like in the pro race at Richmond, I believe 15 cars finished on the lead lap. It went green all the way through. So I anticipate this thing to stay green unless we get some more side-by-side racing. But it looks pretty strung out right now. It looks like a single file fest, like a conveyor belt. But Atkinson, he's actually all over the back bumper of Dylan DeVal for the number 8 position.
Yeah, Brian Atkinson, an aggressive driver. I know he's not afraid to use the bumper. We might talk to him later on in the race if we ever do get a caution, but he's going to make the move under Duval. Duval really sideways there. And before the Doom battle, I want to point out that Adam, of course, he brought up the Richmond Pro race as he won the race, so I'm not surprised he made that comparison. But as Atkinson makes a pass on Duval, Duval gets right up to his back bumper, but not able to do anything. Atkinson's now in position number 8.
As you're going to see Duval all the way to the back bumper of Atkinson. And like he said, Duval got a little loose out of 1 and 2 there. Actually, sorry, that was 3 and 4. And when you don't have that drive off, your life sucks, as we see Duval still getting loose off the exit of the corners. So, unfortunately, the guys over at Gale Force gave him a short run setup, and Duval burned that right rear as he's loose all over the place. His elbow is going to get underneath him here.
Yeah, Alan, looks like he made that. What happened there? I don't know. Looks like Dylan just got in a little bit deep. Actually, just looks like he's been fighting a loose condition, and it finally knocked him out of the groove and allowed Alan Elwood to make the pass for the number 9 position.
Yeah, Dylan's struggling so far, really leaves. We saw him back at Richmond, and I'm going to bring that reference up again, where he was sideways probably every lap in both big splitting races and pretty sideways in pro race as well, so he can wheel it. I don't expect him to wreck it, but you see him every turn just sideways.
Yeah, he's definitely got a setup that's definitely loose, but unfortunately when you start coming to these short tracks here, and Giller, you know, you ran the 200 laps at Richmond, and you got, like I said, Giller, you ran the 200 laps at Richmond, you got to keep that right rear on the car, and if you start burning that off, you're going to get really loose off the corner.
Yeah, looks like my calculation is a little bit earlier. We're a little bit off, but right now it's looking like we're going to be able to go to lap 90 on fuel. So that'll put it into a 30-lap window. We'll send it down to Dalton when pit stops happen. But do you guys think you could possibly see a 2-tire maybe splash and go for this little 30-lap shootout that we might see?
I'll be honest. I've never raced here, and This track we don't usually see on the schedule, so I don't really know how 2 tires will work here. Judging by the handling of these cars right now, they seem to have a loose condition. I don't think that'll work very well. But if the track position's worth it for 30 laps, go ahead. But looking at the times and the fall off we see from some of these guys, it might not be worth it.
Well, like you said, Steven, is with the way that some of these guys are handling, especially like people like Duval and Daly getting super loose off these corners. If you slap 2 tires on that on the side of the car, and you put some fuel in it, you're going to be even more loose. So I don't know. Do you go 4 tires, fill it up, have a perfect setup again, or do you go stupid loose and try to hold on to it and potentially wreck and bring out a caution and end your race?
Yeah, right as we were talking about this fuel mileage, Armando Vargas actually made his way around Alex Warren for the number 4 position. Move Alex Warren back to the 5th position. But yeah, like Kyle was talking about, you can actually take fuel only. Not really get away with it, but that's not really time consuming as 2 tires might take 7 or 8 seconds. We're gonna send it down to Steven.
Yeah, and Kyle Pell decided he's going to go pick up some Ryan Luza championship gear a little early tonight. But while he's doing that, we're going to head down to a commercial break. We'll be right back.
Inside SimRacing.tv, the fastest show on the internet. Sim racing news and reviews since 2007, with new shows every week.
We're back here at the Milwaukee Speedway. Kyle Peddle, I believe, has made his way back to the racetrack from the Ryan Luza hauler. I believe you have picked up some championship merchandise a little early, Kyle?
Yeah, that's for sure. You know, sometimes I gotta go get out and I gotta go get on that bandwagon. So I went out, got myself some Ryan Luza merchandise. I got his Justin Brooks Designs diecast B car. You know, got a couple shirts. You know, you gotta get all that stuff, but we're gonna see if Luza can hold on for the rest of the race. Because right now, with the position that Luza is in, he is gonna win that championship. He's gotta have something catastrophic fail for Jero, who is right behind Luza, a couple seconds behind, if he can get this championship done.
It's all about Tyler D. Hudson. He's our race leader. He's during the commercial break, he put EJ work a lap down. EJ in the 23rd position, so we're talking a little bit how quick he can get lapped here. That's about a 53 lap run he got lapped on so far. And we got 3 more guys, Brandon Kohler, Casey Tucker, and Alex Scribner, all waiting to go a lap down as well.
Yeah, like you mentioned, EJ got lapped over this last commercial break, but Tyler D's got a few more in his sight. They're a little bit ahead of him, about a second and a half up, Alex Scribner and Casey Tucker. But as we see a side-by-side battle between Alex Scribner and Casey Tucker, looks like Alex Scribner is going to take that position, take actually evasive action to try and get away from the leader. Don't know how long that's going to work because it looks pretty strung out right here. We might get a green flag run all the way to the end of this race.
Yeah, we had the same situation at Michigan last week. We had 2 cautions in the first 15 laps. Me and Kyle were thinking, oh no, we're going to be here all night. Then we went green to the end. So we saw a caution on lap 1. We were probably thinking the same thing. And here we go. We're green for almost 60 laps now.
Yeah. Hopefully like you said last week, Michigan, we got about 2 cautions. But unfortunately, we had that blizzard over here and my computer got remoted. So I looked outside before I came into the booth tonight and it looked like it was going to be nice day, so I don't have to worry about my computer self-destructing on itself and me getting kicked out. But like you said, Hudson's still up front. He's running consistent laps. He's fallen off to the 9s. He just hit a 9.83 there. As he comes to the stripe, we're going to see what he runs here. And it looks like Hudson's going to run 96.2 or 96.2. So Hudson's just been on it as he's almost closed up on the back bumper of Casey Tucker.
I've got my eye on this 15th, 16th, 17th place battle right here as Matt Whitten takes the position over struggling Dylan Val midway through this race. It looks like Dylan's been fighting an ill-handling car this whole race as Dan Denayer follows right in behind him as they head down into corner number 1.
Dan, and a name we have not seen in the top split tonight. Due to the storm down in North Carolina, the team's having difficulty traveling up here. That's why he's in this race tonight. His crew is able to get the car loaded up and head over to the track tonight. He's going to look under Dylan Duval. Dylan's still sideways every turn. He must be really frustrated with handling that car right now.
Well, I bet usually Duval, like you said, when he has a good night and he has a good handling cars, he gets super loose and he is in the wall. He is wrecking it as he's going to go sideways as we're going to get a caution.
Caution out right there. That was, he looked a little bit loose there, just a little bit. He finally that thing let go and snapped around on him. But caution's out here, like I mentioned. We'll see how many people. Obviously, I expect pit road to be a very busy place. I don't anticipate seeing any 2 tires, but you never know. Like we were talking to Matt Whitten earlier, he said he's going to have to do something to get to the front. We might see 2 tires out of him from here on this stop.
I wouldn't expect that 60 lap to new run, but looks to me like Dylan got loose, hit the wall, and it's kind of out of desperation. Needs a caution, just kind of looped it. But can't blame him for doing what he has to do. He needed the caution, tighten up that car. He got it. So I know he didn't want to be the caution, but Dale Earnhardt Jr. had that problem at Bristol one time, and he took care of it. I wait for Tyler Hudson to come around. He's kind of caught the base car, and he's gonna come down pit road. Once these guys hit their stalls, we're gonna send down Dalton, England, and see what they're doing.
As Hudson's going to lead down, lose it down pit road here as Hudson's going to pull into a stop and we're going to send it down to Dalton, England.
Yes, guys. And second on that long 60-lap run, number 3 of Ryan Luza. He's going to come and get 4 tires, a full tank of fuel, and a wedge adjustment. And he's got that number 1 pit stall, so he might get an advantage coming out, but Tyler D. Hudson's going to lead him out.
Yeah, Ryan Luza follows in right behind him in the second place battle off pit road. Armando Vargas actually picks up a position on Brandon Jarrell, with Brandon Jarrell coming out 4th and Alex Horn coming out 5th.
Brendan Kohler gained a lot of spots there. He was 18th coming in. Look where he is now. He's right behind Ian Hahn, who's in the 6th position. Not sure if that was strategy, misses box, or what. Someone had to take a look at for me. But David Cater comes out behind him. Trenton Moriarty, he was running up strong. Brandon Atkinson having a strong run as well. And Adam Elwood, I believe that runs out your top 10.
I think Brendan either A, missed his stop, or B, took 2 tires there. So we're going to see how that strategy worked as we're going to see Brendan Kohler come back in. So he definitely missed his stops there, guys.
Yeah, tough break for Kohler. Here he comes back down Bay Road, and he's going to finally stall this time.
As we're gonna see if we can try to catch up to the number 9 machine of Brandon Atkinson, and or actually, I'm sorry, that's the number 15 machine of Brandon Atkinson. As we're gonna send it down to Steven, or send it over to Steven to see if he's caught up with him.
Yeah, Brandon, you got your number tonight. Brandon, how's your race been so far? And tell us about your race car.
Well, the race car's been really good. It's really good on the long run, not too good on the short run, so hopefully it goes green for the rest of the race. I'd like to thank John Adams, Brandon Cretion for the setup, my spotter down there, Nick Gortson, Chip and Huevos. I got a pocket full of sunshine, and I'm going to use it here. I'm going to dig up to the front, maybe put some people on the wall. I don't know yet, but we're going to win this race for the fans.
Alright, Barry, you think you got a car that can handle winning the race?
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind I have a car. I'm about 3/10 faster than the leader on that long run. We're running them down about a second a lap. I think we got what it takes, but we're going green here. I'll talk to you after the race, Steven.
Alright, thank you, Brandon. Good luck to you the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Okay, well, Brendan Atkinson, always a character on the track. Whether he's trying to stove it in a firewall deep into the wall or he's trying to wreck about 5 people. So, like I said, Atkinson, quite a character.
So we're at deck 2 turn 4 right now. Tyler Hudson, your leader, after that entertaining interview, I'll say the least. Pace car is off. Tyler Hudson leads us down. He gets a good jump on the field. Hudson's going to pull a couple car lengths out and lose it.
Yeah, great jump by the number 1 machine of Tyler D as they head down into corner number 1. Ryan Luza falls in 3 car lengths behind him with Brandon Jarrell, your second place in points. Trying to get some points on this number 3 machine of Ryan Luza as they head down into corner number 3.
Yeah, these restarts very treacherous. We just talked to Brian Atkinson. He's going to send it in on Alan Elwood. Going to try to over that spot. Alex Warren underneath Ian Hahn as well. So here comes Phil Juring to follow Atkinson underneath the 25 machine.
I definitely have to say after that interview from Atkinson, I'm going to have to pull another one out of the ice bucket because I think I just lost the drink that I was drinking there. As we do see Cater is going to go underneath Ian Hahn. And we see that Phil Juring's going to get sideways on the apron.
Yeah, Phil Juring, great save as Matt Whitten dives right under that number 8 machine as they head down to corner number 3. It'll be interesting to see right here. Matt Whitten, he's got a little bit more track as Phil Juring hits him a little bit. I don't know if Matt's going to be too pleased with that. He doesn't usually roll over, so as we're saying that, another dive bomb up there. Ian Hahn getting way out of the groove up there as Byron Daly looks to take advantage of it.
Yeah, Alan Elwood made the move underneath him first. Here comes Byron Daly behind him. They almost made some contact out of turn 2. Further up front, Brian Atkinson just made the move on David Cater for the 6th position, so he's on the move like you said he was. Alex Warren made the move on Armando Vargas as well. He's looking closing on a Brandon Jarrell.
As a cautions out on the track, as the number 11 Matt Wynn actually got sent going into the corner as he got a bump from somebody. I'm not sure who that was, but we're not gonna. Actually, it was Phil Juring who gave him the bump, and I'm not sure Wynn's going to be too happy with that. He had a tough break back up Michigan when those 3 cars converged on each other and caused big junk.
Yeah, that looked pretty bad. Just going to have to say that one right there. I think we're going to try and catch up with the number 11 Matt Whitten right here under this caution, but yeah, that looked pretty bad right there.
Yeah, we talked to him earlier, so hopefully we can talk to him again. It looks like Phil got loose underneath him and just came up into him, so tough break there for both guys. They were looking to come through the field. We know they both have strong cars.
And Matt Whitten's going to come into the booth. As we're going to see as they come down pit road. Matt, what happened there?
I guess Phil is getting really loose. He said, looked like he got really loose, went down on the apron, came back up, and I just passed him because he wasn't up to speed yet. Looked like he got a little angry about it. And he tried to hit me in the middle of the turn, and then he got under me. I was going to let him by, but I just held my ground there for a little bit. He just kept pushing up and up and up. And he said he got loose, but whatever. We'll find out.
You guys had a tough week back in Michigan last week with the 3 cars converging on each other and causing big junk, and now you got this at Milwaukee. How bad do you think the car might be?
Actually, it doesn't feel too bad, but I don't know. We'll find out. I got a minute, something to repair here. I'll come back in and get some more done, but it sucks getting caught up in everybody else's mess all the time. Gets a little old.
And that was the 11 car up Matt Whitten. Unfortunate break for him as we're going to send it down to Dalton and he's going to tell us about what happened on pit road there.
easier work I picked tonight, who's gonna hopefully get it done and put him in victory lane. As we've seen, not this caution, but the caution before, he stayed out to get his lap back. On this caution, luckily about 5 laps later, he got a caution. He came down, got 4 tires and a full tank of fuel, and no adjustments to that car, and no back out, and no rolling in 21st position.
Thank you, Dalton. Much appreciated for you down on pit road tonight. Looking back through the field right now, we had to change the position. There's no change up front, though. Tyler Hudson's still your race leader. Ryan Lewis the second. Brandon Jarrell third. Alex Warren in fourth. Now, Armando Vargas rounds out your top 5 so far tonight.
And in 6th position, we had that interesting interview with him. It's going to be Brandon Atkinson. 7th is going to be David Cater. And Alan J. Elwood is going to be in the 8th position. Byron Daly is going to be 9th. And rounding out your top 10 is Ian Hahn as the pace car goes across the start-finish line. And we're going to get the 1 to green here as the lights go out on the top of the pace car.
Lights out on the top of the pace car, the one official pace car. As Tyler D. still your leader here at Milwaukee. We'll see if he can capitalize on these restarts, having the inside lane, as Iracing doesn't have the leader's choice implemented just yet. But obviously, with Tyler D. having the inside and the lead, he'll be tough to beat as they head down into corner number 1 when we go back green flag racing.
He's had a dominant car all night, long run, short run, you name it. He's been really fast. And one guy to point out, Dylan Duvall making a nice comeback so far, 11th already after that self-spin off turn 4 that 1 lap. So he's recovering nicely. He said he had a short run car is what it looked like, and he's made up some movement ground on the short run. So he's going to look to do that for the remainder of the race, and hopefully, for his sake, he doesn't want another long run. I'm sure Tyler wants this thing to go green to the end, though. Pace car is going to come through turn 4, bringing the field down at 55 miles an hour. Here comes the pace car, going to pull off. Hudson, let's see where he goes. This time he's going already. A nice jump again for Tyler Hudson.
Hudson took the loser approach as Byron Daly's going to go 3 wide past David Cater as they're wrecking. It's Alan Elwood, Dylan Duvall, 16 car. They're wrecking everywhere here. That's what happens when you try to go 3 wide, try to be a hero. You know, we still got about 44 laps to go, still tons of time, but unfortunately these guys thought that they didn't have too much time there.
I was just about to mention it just a few laps earlier. Fellas, I believe we are going to see the first ambulance of tonight's race. Actually, we're going to see a bunch of ambulances, some hard head-on collisions for some of these drivers. We're gonna have to have John Westling key up the replay, but it looked like more than a couple hard hits. So we're gonna get some ambulances sent out here in a little bit as we key up the replay.
Well, under that caution while you were talking there, David Cater definitely not happy with Byron Daly's move of taking it 3 wide. Cater definitely let him know there. Came up alongside of Byron Daly, drove and turned into the left side of Byron Daly's machine. Definitely letting him know, you know, I'm pissed off with that move. Don't ever do that again, or next time I'm sending you. So, obviously Cater definitely not happy with Byron Daly here.
You can understand the frustration, but tension's heating up right now. We're down to about 40 laps to go here at Milwaukee. While we got the time, so seeing the final, we're going to send it down to another commercial break. We'll be right back with the finish of this race.
Landon Huffman coming to a comfortable lead, coming out of 2. He's got about 8 car lengths, put it half a second over to Wayne Vincent as Chad Cole works the number 2 spot.
Time is running out. Vincent's got it. Cole wants it in the wall. Chevrolet puts the bumper to the 13 of Vincent. Vincent not backing down. He's in second. You know, when we got 1 car on the bottom of the 10 car.
Welcome back here to the Milwaukee Mile. Under that caution, like I said to everybody, is David Cater and Byron Daly definitely didn't like each other. That was true. They had some definitely choice words for each other under that caution. As we're going to send it over to Giller, who's got a couple ambulance awards to hand out to some people.
Yes, this is actually a very prestigious award that we hand out in ETV each week, the Ambulance Award. It's very rare. So we got Alan Elwood. He had a hard driver's side lick, so he's definitely going to get an ambulance out of it. Kind of looked like the Dale Earnhardt Jr. incident at Dover back in the early 2000s. But we're also going to hand out an ambulance to Tony Manji. He went head on into the outside safer barrier, and we're going to need an ambulance to get him towed out of here.
There was nobody left.
Well, we have EJ work in the booth now. EJ, I heard you chatting a little bit with Adam, but you were in a lap down early. You've got the lap back now. Tell us about how the car's been handling for you.
Well, the setup is great, honestly. It's just my stupid pedals keep sticking. My throttle pedal keeps sticking, so I keep overdriving the center, which kills the lap times of this track. So, but let's go motivated.com car is pretty fast. Hopefully we can bring it home, possibly top 10 here today at Milwaukee.
Yeah, we saw that long green flag run. Now we're getting some cautions. What do you expect the pace of this race to be towards the end? Cautions or green?
There's going to be massive wads everywhere.
Alright, EJ, thanks for your time. We also always appreciate it up here in ETV.
Thank you. Also want to say thank you to ETV for broadcasting these races, and we're thinking about our buddy JD Webb from ETV. Hopefully he gets better.
Alright, thank you, EJ. Now we're going to send down to Adam Gilliland.
Lights out on the pace car as symbolizes 1 to green. Tyler D has the field at bay. Has most of this race. He's been the dominant car. Alex Warren's in 4th. Ryan loses in 2nd. That's your outside 2 rows. And inside of row number 2 is your 2nd place points position, Brandon Gerald.
We're going to try to keep an eye on David Cater and Brian Daly. We saw them go out under caution. See Cater all over his bumper right now. I'm sure he's not happy with that. So, John, keep a camera on those two for sure. Should be an exciting race here. 40 laps to the end. It's still a pretty long run. Brandon Atkinson in the grass right now. Not sure what that was, but got it all straightened out now. Pace car through turn 4. Hudson lagging back a little bit. See if he's going to try to get a big jump once again. Loser better be ready for that this time. Pace car is going to pull off. Hudson's going to wait on Cater to the inside of Daly. 3 wide. That's not good. Cater's out to back out of. He's in a black flag. Hudson did a good jump. Cater, Daly really close. And Daly just turns Ian on.
Hard lick. That might be another ambulance. We're going to have to go back and look at that. Actually, we're not going to have to look at that. Is an ambulance, but we're obviously John's going to key up the replay. But wow, hard impact for the number 19 machine of Ian Hahn.
Well, I definitely hate saying that people run scared sometimes, but I think when Cater got that jump there, Byron Daly was kind of thinking in the back of his mind, oh God, am I going to get sent into 1? And like Brad Keselowski did at Watkins Glen a couple years ago, sent it in so deep, took out Denny Hamlin, and that's what happened here. Byron Daly sends it in deep, takes out Ian Hahn. And that's unfortunately for Ian. He's having a good race there, staying inside the top 10. So that's unfortunate for him.
I'm going to send it down to Steven. He's caught up with Ian Hahn.
Ian, looks like you got turned there. Tell us a little about what happened.
Well, they stacked up a little bit on the start. I tried to get to the bottom, and I checked up early for the guys in front of me, and Byron just got on there deep trying to cure Cater and got back me. Same thing I did to Alan, so I guess it's kind of what comes around goes around. Just a stack up sort of deal.
Yeah, your car was fast. Tell us about the setup so far, and who do you have to thank for this week?
Yeah, the car was really good. It's a little slow in the short run, but it's a good long run setup. Just I thank everybody at Timmy on Motorsports for helping work on the setup. Timmy, EJ, Macklin, everybody that's over there, and thanks to the guys in Schmitten for also contributing and helping us out this week.
Alright, Ian, we're going to let you go. Hopefully you don't have too much damage there, but that car looks pretty much destroyed. Good luck for the rest of the night.
Thank you.
As we were talking with Ian there, unfortunately, we're within inside of 40 laps to go, and as you can tell by what these drivers are starting to talk to each other and starting to do to each other, the tensions are definitely rising here, and this is good old short track racing. But unfortunately, like we said before, guys like Lusa, guys like Hudson, these guys want to see this race go green to the end. they don't want to see this race end under caution because guys like Duvall and Atkinson have got the short run set up underneath them and could possibly get around them. Even we see people like Alex Warren's got a short run set up underneath them.
We're going to send it down to Dalton, England for this latest pit road report. Talk about who came down pit road this last time by.
Yeah, you guys know, you've seen the number 19 take that hard hit. Yeah, that's definitely an ambulance award for him. He came down and, you know, he's still there in pit lane. He don't look like he's going to be coming out anytime soon. I think biggest time he'll be coming out soon will probably be in about 10 minutes. So they've had a lot of damage. They're behind the wall. And that just, you know, Ian's been running really good so far this season, and coming into the finale, pressure's going crazy.
Alright, thank you, Dalton, for the report. We appreciate it once again. Looking up front right now, doesn't really change hands on a restart. We haven't gotten through turn 1 the past, I think, 2 or 3 restarts now. So we had a long red flag run, now it's, everything's going crazy. It's a giant, I don't know what to call it anymore.
Yeah, it's really hard to explain what these last few restarts have been without using any cuss words. But I'm looking at the standings right now in this race, not overall, but more than half the field has been lapped so far in this race. I don't know if it's due in part to that long green flag run we had. Obviously, we had some people get lapped there and not be able to get their laps back. I don't know if all these damaged race cars from these last few cautions, especially the one last caution, where we had 2 ambulances and an 8-car pile-up. So I don't know if that's contributing to it, but more than half the field's gone a lap down this race. And if you're in the front right now, just if you keep your nose clean and get out of this in one piece, you're more than likely going to get a solid top 10 finish.
Yeah, EJ was talking about that before. He wants the top 10, and he got lapped running 23rd, I believe, on that first strong green flag run. He's in 15th on the lead lap now, so good recovery by him so far. Matthew Spangler got lapped as well, up to 14th. Trenton running 13th. Anthony Koenig, we saw almost get lapped back up to 12th. Alex Graydon and Brandon Kohler are 2 guys still in the top 10, so interesting right there. And these guys were all in background 20th position, and now they're up to the top 10, top 15.
So we're going to see the lights are on top of the pace car. We're going to reset the field here. Number 1 is going to be Tyler D. Hussey. He's going to lead down Ryan Luza, Brendan Jarrell, Alex Warren, Atkinson, Armando Vargas, Byron Daly, David Cater, Brendan Kohler, and Alex Schreiber is going to round out your top 10.
Yeah, as the pace car leads us down into corner number 3, we're gonna see how things shake out right here. We've seen the last 2 restarts what's happened. We'll see if they can make it at least out of corner number 1, this corner number 1 and 2 this time. As they shift down into second gear, getting ready for this restart. Looks like the pace car is about to pull in. Pace car's in. Tyler D gets a great jump, pulls 2-3 car lengths over the points leader Ryan Luz as they head down into corner number 1.
You're not going to make it again. Caution's out. Brandon Atkinson, Armando Vargas hard in the wall.
I think Axican just got stuck in the wall, so Giller, man, you say one thing about the ambulances, and now they're all coming out, so I think that's another ambulance award for Atkinson. I guess Atkinson did what he was gonna say that he was gonna do on his interview. He wasn't gonna take any prisoners here. He stoved it in, and he took out Armando Vargas, which is unfortunate because he was having a good night.
Yeah, without a doubt. The ambulance award is a prestigious award, but man, I didn't think we were going to get the handout for the longest time during that green flag run, but 3 in a row, I think that's a new record. We're going to have to get Brandon Atkinson and get his opinion on what happened this last wreck. We had him in the booth a little bit earlier. He's still not reset that car. I don't know what he's trying to do, but Brandon Atkinson's hardly damaged.
Alright, well, we're going to talk to Brandon. He's out of his car now. Brandon, what happened there?
Well, I'm just watching it now. It looks like he thought he could come down a little bit, I guess. I mean, I don't know where else he wanted me to go. I was about to hit the inside wall, but you know, it sucks because we had such a good run going. I mean, we barely made any contact, and I guess the right front tire went down, and it just wouldn't turn. So I mean, it sucks. I hate it for everyone, but I guess just a racing deal. It'll happen.
Alright, Brandon, we're going to have another question for you. JD wants me to ask you about walking the dog at Walmart.
JD, don't start with this one, JD. People don't need to know.
Alright, JD, there's your answer there. Well, Brandon, tough break for you. You had a strong run up to the top 5. Hopefully we'll see you again this whenever we bring the series back.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Alright, thank you, Brandon. Now, while we have some time on the caution, we're going to talk to, I believe, Alex Warren as well.
Yes, we've caught up with 4th place running right now, Alex Warren. Warren, talk about how your race has gone so far. You looked to be real strong starting this race, driving up to the 2nd position. It looked like you've fallen off a little bit over this long run. Talk about your run up through the field right here.
Well, the short run, as you mentioned, it was really strong. I thought I was going to pass Tyler D when I was getting closer to his bumper, but he started to pull away, and that's when I thought to myself, this could be bad. And then I fell back to 5th, and I just settled there. So I know I have a top 5 car, and I'm really curious to see what we can do on this green flag run if we get one. My car, I made some adjustments to it during the pit stops. I was loose off the corner. I was relatively fine in entry, but everyone else was able to gas it up ahead and with no problems getting loose off. But I expect more surprises, if you will, within the next 30 laps.
Talk about, you obviously haven't had the greatest long run car as you fell back a few positions for your peak so far, 2nd place, but just talk about if you've had to make any adjustments this race to fine-tune it over the long run, or is that not really an option in car?
Oh, you can make adjustments, but you just can't really make the, how would I put it, the really big adjustments. But I made some tire pressure adjustments and wedge adjustments to help the car just stay good in the corner to where I don't get loose off and just enter a little bit better. It was somewhat stopping in the corner, wasn't rolling the way I wanted it to. So hopefully the adjustments that I did on the caution when I came in the pit road, hopefully it'll help the car. We'll see how it goes though.
Talk about who makes it happen for Alex Warren. First off, thank you for being our in-race supporter tonight on ETV. But talk about who makes it happen for Alex Warren.
First off, I want to say thanks for having me as an in-race supporter, and everyone at VPR makes it happen for me. Everyone on the team, they contribute to setups each and every week, and we are very competitive. And I'm hoping that we can just take this team and we can make it into the big time teams in the 2013 season, and hopefully we can do something in the DWC 2013.
Thank you, Alex. Good luck in the rest of this race.
Thank you.
That was Alex Warren. Apparently we're Adam, he's our nurse reporter tonight. We've talked to about 4 different people or 5 different people, so I can't really say we've had one race nurse reporter tonight. We've talked to a bunch of different people so far.
Well, here over at ETV right now is we like talking to people, you know. We were back at what was it there, Steven? Was it Charlotte, or was it the week before that we had nobody here?
It was Charlotte. Didn't have anybody here. Last week we had a couple people. We didn't have any cautions to really talk to them though. And before that, when we first started doing this in Kentucky this season, we didn't have anyone as well. So it was good to have some people here. Sucks this the season finale, but that's the way it goes sometimes in big time sim racing. So pace car's gonna pull off this time. Coming out of turn 4, Tyler Hudson goes again. Nice jump. Lewis is a little more prepared for it this time. He's gonna get down in front of his teammate Brandon Jarrell.
They're going to go down the front straightaway into 1 and 2 there. Hudson has the strongest car all night long so far. Hopefully it won't be like Jason Karlovich last week at Michigan. As we do make it through 1 and 2, this is looking pretty good. Like I was saying though, hopefully Hudson, being my pick, isn't going to end up like Karlovich, who got his car remoted last week. That was a heartbreaking break for him. So we're going to go and see as Hudson's going to lead him to the line here.
Yeah, Ryan Lew's your points leader. Let's see, it's getting down to crunch time. 26 to go at the line right there. He's your points leader, and he's currently sitting in the championship seat right here. If he can just maintain this position and stay ahead of Brandon Jarrell, we'll see if he can run down Tyler. He hasn't really shown to be faster than in this race, but last time by he was actually still a 10 slower than him. But we're going to head down into corner number 1 with Ryan Lew's about 3 or 4 back of Tyler D. Hudson.
Yeah, and let's say Brandon Jarrell finished the race in 2nd, and Ryan Lewis finishes this race, the last car in the lead lap in 13th. They'll win the championship. See the lap led tonight. He's up by 12 points. Has a lot more wins than Jarrell. Loses one, I think, 4 or 5 races this season. So Gerald this much has the championship locked up as long as Gerald finishes second and he finishes on the lead lap so far. If I were him, I'd just be really calm, just kind of drive easy. You know, he wants to win this thing, of course, but Huston's been so strong, I don't know if he's going to have the car to do it.
Yeah, that's unfortunate when it comes down to the championship where you can just ride around. I like the type of championship models where it comes down to, as we saw last year with the Sprint Cup, sorry, with Tony Stewart and Carl Everts. Basically, it came down to those two at the end of the race, and whoever finished ahead of the other one was going to win the championship. That's the type of racing that I like. I don't like this, oh, I can come home 20th and I'm going to win the championship. It doesn't provide any excitement.
Yeah, without a doubt, that was one of the most prestigious battles in championship history as far as NASCAR championships go. But right now, Ryan Luza, he's got it at bay right now if he can just close out this race. He's put together most all the races he's ran this season, so I don't really anticipate any hiccups coming out of the number 3 machine the rest of this race.
Yeah, but you got to look at Luza. He missed 3 races this season. That's why he's only up by 12 points. If he had all these races and he ran all of them, he'd have a way bigger points lead. The other has how dominant he's been in this series this season. He really deserves to win the championship the way he's driven, and he's been so fast week in, week out, put a lot of effort into this.
Oh, without a doubt, Luza's been fast, and what we've been hearing out of the Nexus camp is that he's going to be running for pro next season, and I know you and me, Steven, are going to be going for pro next season. Giller, unfortunately, doesn't have to do that. Fortunately, doesn't have to do that, as he did make DWC this season. So we're going to think that Luz is going to be a little bit of a handful for us to battle with him, but we're going to see how that rolls out. Because there is a little bit of a difference when you get in this B car trying to set it up and then going off in the A car. A little bit more horsepower, a little bit more driver talent.
Yeah, especially with the new car coming. You know, we're going to have the G6 car for the Cup Series, so it's going to be a lot different setup-wise. And I know Eric Hudek was talking a little about the setups, and he's going to take away the where you have to have lower air springs. So basically, I don't think we see that in the B car at all, but you have to run 200 air springs to really make the car fast, and the ride heights are all jacked up. But this B car doesn't really have that problem. The A car did. The A car is going to be a little more conventional next season, which I'm really looking forward to, and that might help Luz adapt as well.
Oh, for sure. With these Gen 6 cars coming out, also, it's going to help if you got guys on your team that are making DWC. You know, people over at Nexus, you got Matt Busa and Andrew Fayash, who made WWC, so they're most likely going to get Alpha, and they're going to be testing out that Gen 6 car heading into Daytona. So teams like that, like teams like Schmidten, Lastro, even Nexus, teams that have got DWC drivers on it, they're definitely going to be way well ahead of the guys, like unfortunately, Steven, in your case, your team, because unfortunately you guys didn't have anybody make DWC or Pro this season, so you guys are going to be clawing and scratching trying to make up some time.
Yeah, definitely. We're going to be shopping around, see if we can find teams to work with, and hopefully, you know, it'll be tough for me, Malik, Nick Gertz, and Garrett Dorsey as a team. That's our only team now down to 4 people, so that's going to be a lot tougher for us to make pro than a team with 4 or 5 DWC drivers, so I'm testing for the first month until the car comes out. But right now, we're going to head back to racing right now. Looking up front, we haven't really seen anything change hands while we've been paying attention here. Lap car Alan Elwood. Trenton Murari took over to 7th position. Greg McCain took over to 8th position while we were talking. They both passed Brandon Kohler. But nothing's really changed right now. It looks like we're starting to sort out a little bit. We're down to about 16 to go, and pretty sorted out.
As they go off in 1 and 2 there, coming off 3 and 4 there, David Cater got really hard into the outside wall. And it's funny how we always say irony always follows each other. It's now we're looking at the race here. It's right in front of David Cater is Byron Daly, and these guys have had a couple of words for each other and a couple bangs and smacks and trying to hit each other, wreck each other for the last, I don't know, say 20 laps. So it's kind of funny how when you're pissed off at somebody else, you guys end up running next to each other. And I don't know, Gilly, during the pro season, how I don't know if you had any conflicts with anybody or got really mad at anybody and also started running nose to tail with them, and you want to save your season and not wreck them.
Yeah, definitely. It can get hectic out there when you're racing around people that you might have got into it a little bit earlier in the race or for the season for that matter. But you got to think big picture and not do anything and jeopardize your chance. But Brandon Gerald's still got the field right now. Or he's still got 3rd place held down over Alex Warren. So we'll have to see if Tyler D can actually hold off this lead.
Yeah, he's starting to gap Luza a little bit as we saw the opening run of the race. Luza was able to hang with him for about 10-15 laps, and Hudson took off. So that's what's happening again. We're down to about 15 to go. Time flies now as we're running these 29.6, 29.7 second laps. This race will end very soon at this rate, but hopefully won't have another caution.
You know, it's going to be kind of sad, you know, after these 15 laps. That's going to be it for the B car. As actually, we're going to send it down to Dalton.
Yeah, guys, I'm down here, number 25, Alan Elwood, driving the Elwood Designs Chevrolet tonight. You know, got caught up in one of those wrecks with about 45 to go. Got caught up in that. They had a lot of damage. They've came down, took some tires. They're 18 laps down, running currently 23rd. He's number 25, so you know, he might lose a few I-rating with the incidents here, but you know, you're still running, you know, pretty good. Not the best, but you're running alright.
Yeah, I'm actually right now watching the battle for 5th place as David Cater, he's closed up on the back bumper of Byron Daly. They had some troubles or run-ins earlier in the race. It'll be interesting to see if Cater is going to do anything about it. They had a disagreement not only during caution with David coming up and retaliated on Byron, but not only in that aspect, but also over voice chat during the commercial break. So it'll be interesting to see if David Cater can get right tucked up on that rear end and maybe see if he'll do anything about what happened earlier in the race.
Yeah, we saw Byron have some significant fall off on that last long run we had, and he lost some great amount of time. Cater's up in the top 10, so I'd expect Cater to be a little quicker here now that we've gotten the late stages of this run here. We're down to 10 laps to go. I don't know how aggressive Cater's going to be. This might turn into a sort of Jeff Gordon, Clip Boyer situation that the way these guys have been battling all race.
I was thinking the exact same thing there, Steven. You get into these last final laps, you want to get by that guy in front of you, and unfortunately he's been making you mad all night, and so I'll be using my bumper trying to get by Daly instead of trying to race him clean. So that's my opinion, as we're going to see Caters trying to get a little bit of a run on Byron Daly. So I don't know, 2 laps to go. If I'm still behind Daly and I can get up to him, I'm going to bump him. Caters going to get all the way back, and just like we were saying, Caters going to give Daly a little bit of a shot. So we're going to have to focus on this battle for a little bit.
Yeah, it's definitely getting interesting between these two machines. David Cater, they get really close down through corners number 3 and 4.
Yeah,
they're both ill handling race cars right now. Cater is trying to make the move, but can't get that nose tucked up under him.
This is the stage of the run right now. We're last 8 laps of your season. I know we won't be back next season. We're coming Super Speedway Series coming on Friday nights. Don't want to miss that. Should be interesting to watch. I'll be in the booth with Dakota Airman there. But David Cater definitely looking to get around Daly for this 5th position. He wants to end the season on a high note, and we'll put in the top 5 here. Daly, they've been having their disagreements all night, and Daly's been holding people up very well. It seems to have decent drive off, even though they can't seem to get through the center of the turn. So when Cater's really killing them there, but Cater can't seem to hold it coming off the turn and get under Daly.
Yeah, as we're still looking at this battle there, as I don't know, I think Cater's going to get fed up with Daly. You get backed up so long, as also you want to move that person out of your way, and like you said, Cater gets through the center and the middle of the corner, and then they're about even coming off the corner. Sorry, it should have been the beginning and the center, as we have a caution on the track, so it's going to be a shootout to the end.
We're gonna have to see where the wreck was. I believe John Wessing will have it keyed up. We're gonna have to look back and see what caused that wreck. Looks like Ian Hahn actually had the motor let go, and looks like he got some fluid up under his rear tires and spun him right around, bringing the caution out. Looks like we're gonna have maybe 3-4 laps to decide this thing. Possibly could see a shake-up here in the standings if Ryan Luza gets wrecked.
Well, judging by the way these guys have been racing, we might get a straightaway racing. Alright, Kyle, yeah, I'm sent down to you now.
Fortunately, Ian had that engine let go, so I don't know. You know, in real life racing, you get an engine let go. Starting to look at that engine department. But he did have some damage after that one caution with the number 2 machine of Byron Daly. So I don't know, maybe broke something in the engine and it just finally let go. But the engine shop back at Timmy Hill Motorsports and Spin Chassis Works isn't going to be too happy with that one.
Yeah, it's a lot more work for them over this offseason they have to deal with.
Yeah, without a doubt, the engine program. You usually don't see too many engines fail on the Schmidt and Chassis Works team, but obviously the motor let go tonight and cost the Inhan a chance at a top 20. So we're going to send it down to Dalton, England for some pit stops here.
Hey guys, I'm down here with my pick, EJ O'Rourke. He'll be taking, seems like he's going to be taking no fuel, wedge adjustment, and 4 tires. Maybe he can get it down here, I don't know. I think there's going to be about 3 or 4 laps left here, like Gaylor said. And hopefully EJ can put it in victory lane for the first time this season.
Alright, thank you, Dalton. We appreciate it. That's going to be all for you on pit road tonight. I don't believe anyone's making any more pit stops in the last 5 laps here, so thank you for your help tonight.
It was a pleasure to come on, guys.
As we're going to probably get about a 2-3 lap shootout, so unfortunately we're still going to be in the stages that if you get a restart mount here, and David Cater and Byron Daly, man, those two are going to be on top of each other, so look for Cater not to give Daly any room going into one. So I don't know if you guys would agree with me on this one, but I think we're going to see a caution maybe around the Daly Cater area.
And also, we might see something happen between Byron Daly and Alex Warren. If we go way back into the DWC season at Pocono, they had about 3 or 4 disagreements, ending up with Byron Daly in the grass on the last lap, and he actually got the incident points for that wreck. So we'll see if anything carries over. It was about 6-7 months ago, so I don't really anticipate seeing anything, but you never know. Us drivers, we have a long memory bank. So also adding in the fact that David Cater's not happy with Byron, it looks like a 2v1 right here.
Yeah, and right now we're going to take a minute to talk about our series sponsor, Brendan Mercer, Gary Mercer Trucking. It's been a pleasure having him on board for multiple seasons now. I can't even remember how many. I know at least 3. He's done a fantastic job with the point standings and everything. He would be here for an interview to talk to me a little bit about it, but he's sick tonight, so Brendan, we wish you the best. Hope you get well soon. But like I said, we have some ambulances for the guys who wrecked. The cars, they'll be towed back with the Gary Mercer Trucking trucks tonight.
Oh, without a doubt, Brendan Mercer has been a big part of racing here on the Iracing.com server. And also, we gotta throw a big shout out to him. You know, Chad J. Lofton won not DWC. He won Pro, so Mercer Trucking got a championship in the Pro Series. Also, I'd like to thank ETV for putting this on. You know, John and JD have been really good to me. We're gonna be doing the Tuesday night team series here with me and Kyle Young. So as they're gonna go through 3 and 4 right now, pace car lights are out on top of the pace car.
Yeah, maybe we can get JD in here after this race is over and talk about some upcoming events for us. But right now we're getting ready to go green again. Last time here, 2-lap shootout. Hope they can stay green for at least a lap, because then we'll finish this thing on the green. I really want to see this thing finish on the green. Pace car's off. Hudson goes. Almost spins a tire. Lucy gets a decent start. Cater's going to pull in front of Byron Daly on the outside line. He's going to give Warren a little push. Well, Daly's going to send it in there on Warren. Cater's going to get passed by the 22. Oh, wow, great racing set right now in the 3-start.
Alex Warren gets the drive up off, clears Byron Daly. David Cater is going to try and get clear. He's barely clear. See if Trenton's going to do anything about it. Actually, they get really close. They don't touch, as it looks like we're going to get the white flag right here. White flag is in the air for the number 1 machine of Tyler D. Hudson.
As they come down front straightaway and get the white flag, that basically means cautions are now avoided. If you hit somebody, their race is over. So now I'm going to look back at this battle with David Cater and Byron Daly, as Byron Daly gets loose as they go down the back straightaway. Up front it's still Hudson with Luza, and Luza's not looking like he's going to have anything to do with Hudson.
Luza's going to send it in though. Not going to stick. Warren got really close to Gerald there. Cater and Daly all over each other. Tyler Hudson comes off turn 4. He's going to win our season finale in Milwaukee. Congrats Tyler Hudson. Congrats Ryan Luza on the championship. Watch Cater and Daly after this race.
Oh, I'm going to have to say, must be having some good luck in the booth. I was going to pick Luza last week in Michigan, and, you know, something told me when I saw Jason Karlovich in the server, I should change it to that, but I should have not done that. Well, I guess I'll take a 2 for 3 on pick and picks. It's still like a 66% win average, so that's pretty good. Wish it was 100%, but, you know, can't be perfect all the time.
Yeah, definitely. Us 3 Steven, myself, and you, Kyle, we had some really good fantasy picks. All three of our drivers that we picked got top 5s. Looks like Dalton's pick, EGR Work, actually finished outside the top 10. So we're going to kick it to commercial break and come back with the post-race show.
Fans, it's time for those most famous words in motorsports. Drivers, start your engines!
Michael Conti comes up at a corner number 4, and the checkered flag, he wins his first NASCAR iRacing.
Hey, JD here with ETV Live, and let me tell you something. If it's too big for the pickup truck and you need to move it, there's only one trucking company you need to call, and don't bother with the Yellow Pages Cowboy. I'll give you that number in a minute. Manufactured goods, automotive, technical equipment, furniture, even if you need a reefer, Gary Mercer Trucking Incorporated is the only choice, Cowboy. With locations in Mississauga, Ontario, Canada, Rancho Cucamonga, California, if you need to move it, store it, and keep it cold, you need to call Gary Mercer Trucking Incorporated. Long haul, short haul, or just across town, Gary Mercer has the best trained and qualified drivers to get your load from point A to point B with professionalism and on time. So remember, Hoss, if it don't fit in a pickup truck, you're going to need a real truck, Cowboy. Sponsors of ETV Live's Friday Night Showdown, Gary Mercer Trucking Incorporated, 1-800-668-2980.
And we're back here at Milwaukee at the post race, and I've caught up with Ryan Luza. Congratulations on the championship and finished in second in that race.
Thanks, Cal.
And this thing that Brendan Mercer's got going on here with the Gary Mercer Trucking Challenge, he did win $80 out of that, so congrats on that. Tell us how your car handled that race.
Car was a handful, to say the least. Tight on the short run, then that one long run that we had, I was just sliding out of control most of the run, and I was hoping I could make a few adjustments on that first caution, but I really had nothing for Tyler.
Yeah, I was definitely noticing that Hudson definitely had the car of the field. He was definitely in his own little zip code there, but he still had a strong run in second there. I know the car was a little bit of a handful, and you were doing a pretty good job of wheeling it. Tell us who makes it happen for you.
Everybody at Nexus Esports, we all work hard every week trying to get a good setup. Ran good. Me and Drill 2-3 happy with that.
And like I said again, congratulations on winning $80 from there. And we're gonna send it over to Steven, who's finished up with our second place finisher in the championship, Brendan Jarrell.
Yeah, I call it Brandon Jarrell. He might be second in that 3-drop finish, but he also won the no-drop championship, so he's going to gain $65. Not much, but it helps. Brandon, tell us about your car tonight and the kind of run you had.
The car, it is very stable. Goes back to what I was saying earlier before the race. It's all about consistency, get those top fives, and my goal was to finish top 5 because I didn't qualify as good as I thought I should have. So I avoided one of the big wrecks, and then just came through the field, and from there it wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be. I kind of struggled, but top 3 is definitely where it was good for me.
Yeah, Brandon, you got another top 3 this season. You didn't seem to. I don't believe you won a race here, but it was all about consistency. Tell us who makes it happen for you.
Definitely Nexus Esports. Thanks Ryan Loser for definitely helping out with the setups this season. Everybody back there, I mean, they do everything they possibly can to make these setups work, make them fast, and pretty much every week now we've been fast and consistent.
All right, Brandon, good run to you tonight. Good luck for you the rest of the season and on your road to pro next. Oh, that season's over. Good luck to you next season on your road to pro.
Thanks.
All right, we're going to send down to Adam Gill, and he's caught up with our 4th place finisher tonight, Alex Warren.
Yes, I caught up with NASCAR Iracing.com Series World Championship driver. He finished in the 4th place tonight, Alex Warren. Talk about how your race went tonight in the Friday night shootout.
Well, the race itself, it was pretty good for me. I started 3rd, and we had a pretty good short run car, but Tyler was just a class of the field, and I had nothing for him, and I was the top 5 car all night. I just wished I could have done some more adjustments to make the long run setup better, so I felt for short run we had almost everyone covered. But overall, racing the B car, I really don't run it as much as I used to, but I'm pretty happy with running top 5 all night.
Yeah, without a doubt, 4th place is not too shabby. It's a great run for you tonight. Talk about who makes it happen for you.
Everyone at VPR, each and every week, we just keep working on setups until we get it perfected. This was just a little last-minute thing, but everyone worked on the setup, and we did pretty good. I felt as a team, and we got top 5 out of it, and I'm really happy with what we did.
Thank you, Alex Warren. It's a pleasure watching your race tonight. I'm going to kick it over to Dalton, England. He's caught up with our 11th place finisher, E.J. O'Rourke.
EJ, you were my pick for the win tonight, and you got 11th there. Tell us about how you went that lap down and you got it back by not pitting there, and you got back on the lead lap. Tell me about that.
Well, the setup was very good. I got to thank everyone at Virtual Performance Racing and Timmy Hill Motorsports for working on it. My throttle was sticking, so I couldn't drive in the corner deep enough, and it would push the center real bad, and I just lost so much time. I fell a lap down, but I knew when we got the first caution, it would be caution fest after that, so once I got my lap back, I literally didn't pass anybody the whole race pretty much. Just kind of missed the wrecks and got up there and finished 11th, so it's pretty cool to finish up here. I didn't have the car fast enough to do that, but I'll take it on just missing the wrecks.
Yeah, what would you prefer, the short run or the long run?
I don't know, the short runs are fun because you can really throw down in there on somebody and then door racing. It's a lot of fun. Long runs is hard at this track. It really wears on the driver, but I had a lot of fun. It's a good race here. First race ever here in Milwaukee, so it was a lot of fun.
And tell me who makes it happen for you.
Well, I got to thank my sponsors, Motivated Eyewear at GoMotivated.com, Clovo, Lily Trucking, C2C Racing Designs, especially my team, Virtual Performance Racing and Timmy Hill Motorsports did a great job, again, on the setup. So End of the season here, pretty solid, so we're looking forward to next season.
And that is Ejo O'Rourke, your 11th place finisher. We'll send it down there to Kyle Peddle.
And we're down here with Anthony Kernch here. You finished 4th in the points. Tell us how that race went for you.
Yeah, I didn't qualify terribly well, so I figured I'd start from the pits, and then there was an early caution, and I was at the back of the field. So that long green run, I was actually making up quite a few spots. And yeah, this track, it's not that easy to make passes on quickly, so I was pretty much stuck down in the 18th, 19th place, and then there was a caution, and yeah, I had some pretty okay luck avoiding all the wrecks, and then on the last little short run, EJ passed me, and I'm not terribly good on the very quick runs. The long run car was pretty good. Yeah, track position as always is key on these tracks.
Yeah, like I said, you finished 4th in points. You had a pretty solid season. Tell us who makes it happen for you.
All the guys over at Nexus for picking me up the start of last season, and also working on setups. We all contribute somewhat to making setups, and we've obviously been pretty quick this season.
And like I said, congrats on finishing 4th there. Hopefully we'll see you next season, either if you're going to be running for pro or doing the B series again. And we're going to throw it over to Steven, who's caught up with with Brendan Kohler.
Well, I'm glad you guys messed up my first and last name at least once tonight. First time we had that in a while. But Kyle, I'm sure you, when you stopped to lose a merchandise trailer to get the championship gear, I'm sure you stopped at the concession stand as well.
Just a little bit, you know. I had to grab a couple for the ice bucket, and I think I might have drank in too much out of that ice bucket already, as you can tell by I screwed up your first name.
Yeah, well, that's okay, but right now I'm going to talk to Brandon Kohler. Brandon, you came home at night tonight. You're not, like I usually see in the top split. Tell us about your run tonight.
Yeah, well, it was just mainly about avoiding the wrecks. I didn't really have that great of a setup. It would go well for about the first 5 laps, and then it would get really loose off. I was just about avoiding the wrecks and getting the best finish I can to hopefully win Division 2 points.
Alright, Brandon. And tell us a little about who makes it happen for you.
Well, I'm not really on a team right now, but whenever I go over to the next team speak, they're always willing to help me, and whenever I ask them a question, they always help me. So, gotta thank everyone over there, Jarrell, Luza, everyone that helps me out on Nexus.
Alright, well, thank you, Brandon, for your time. And we're going to send him down to JD. He's going to talk about your 2013 calendar here for ETV.
Hey guys, what a night of broadcasting, and you know, I want to personally thank all the boys up here in the booth, Adam and Kyle and everybody. Dalton England along for the ride down on pit road. You guys did a fantastic job tonight. Everybody who's working here tonight on the Friday Night Showdown stuff. 2013, I'll tell you something, if you missed out on 2012, you got something coming in 2013, and it's a full schedule, Cowboy. And we're going to start you out on Monday nights at 9:30, Real Sim Racing, Full Throttle Cup Series, sponsored by the Bob Earl Racing. Of course, picking up 2013, he sponsored the season last year. And Tuesday nights at 9 o'clock, ETV Live Team Series Racing returns to ETV Live, sponsored by HD Radio Network. And I'll tell you what, Jerry Wolf brings the best of team racing, and you don't want to miss that. Tuesday nights at 9 o'clock, starting in February. Actually, I think it's February 26th, I believe. Wednesday nights, 7 o'clock, Maritime iRacing League, short track racing like you ain't seen before. Of course, they're already up and running, so don't miss that at 7 o'clock on Wednesday nights. Thursday nights, back with Brill Sim Racing, Asphalt Assault Series in a nationwide car, sponsored by Inside Sim Racing TV. Darren Ganji, Sean Cole over there. Proud to have them along for the ride. And, of course, back here on Friday nights, Kyle Peddle and Dakota Ehrman, they're going to be calling the shots here with the Super Speedway Cup Series. It all starts here in the next couple of weeks, coming up in February, so don't miss it. ETV Live, etv-eplay.net, guys.
All right, thanks, JD. And looking forward to 2013. I believe I'm calling the Super Speedway Series. Kyle's going to be doing a team series. That's going to be a lot of fun. I know we're both looking forward to that. we're hoping maybe do a truck race next year, but you guys have so much on your plate, we're not even worried about that anymore. We're just going to thank you guys for the opportunity to be up here, both of us.
Yeah, definitely. I was glad to be here tonight. Thanks for having us.
It was definitely a lot of fun up here in the booth. You know, I can't wait for the team series here. Like Steven said, I wish we could have done the truck series, but you guys got so much on your plate that it's fine. We'll still have a lot of fun. And we're going to send it back to Steven for final thoughts.
Yep, really enjoyed tonight's race. I think it was one heck of a show we put on. Hopefully you guys at home enjoyed it. We got to talk to a lot of drivers tonight, and once again, congrats to Ryan and Brandon on their championships. From all of us at ETV, goodbye from the Friday Night Showdown.
Thank you.